well. So it's an offlane Hoodwink, position for Earth Spirit, of course, and mid Storm Spirit, and then Sark and Silencer in the same role. So yeah, it's pretty cool. We didn't really mention the Tusk. In regards to Tusk, saw it a lot yesterday. But Tusk is the new age mid lane hero that emulates the playstyle of the Tinies, of the Spirit heroes. The fact that you basically push out mid with your guards and your snowball, and then whenever you see an opportunity to active rune heroes close to a tower, you TP in. The fact that all Spirit heroes, Tiny and Tusk, play the same way, it's not about the matchup itself, it's about who breaks that balance first, who gets the rune, who sees your, and also how quick are you to react. So when Storm TP's top, does Tusk mirror that play to then take the fight in the lanes? I'm always excited to see any of these combination of heroes playing together in the same game against each other. So it's just more about the kind of eye of the mid lane, like who understands. There's a lot of pressure on. Are we going to agree that B4X is just going to be Backsaz?
Backsaz?
Backsaz. Okay, let's
Backsaz. I like that. It sounds cool. Backsaz. Who we got? Backsaz, Anku, Vassen. We got Vassen or Vessen? Or Wesson?
Wesson. Let's go
Wesson.
very English with it. Let's go
very English. Wesson. And on the carry, is this this lad go by Teresha?
Yeah, let's go Teresha. Again,
or maybe the full name. Teresha, aka Overkill. I guess it's either Teresha or it's either Overkill. He's known as both.
Team name is Dirty Boy. So
Dirty Boy. Well, he is playing Slark. That is a pretty dirty hero. I would know. That's one of my favourites. And then, of course, SMN on the Silencer for Blink. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies for a little bit of a pause, but it looks like both teams are ready to go. Of course, this is the closed qualifier, best of 3. We're currently in the upper bracket, so the team that loses today will get another chance. So it's not, you know, nobody's going to be crying today. Nobody has to get too sad. There's another chance for whoever loses this best of 3. And of course, overall, 2 teams out of the 8 teams of this closed qualifier will get a spot in Division 2 of the upcoming DPC tour. So all very, very exciting. And so obviously that was Team Blink's lineup. We will go through old G's. Of course, you know the players, but we'll check in with the heroes they're on. We've got no one playing the carry. Bloodseeker. Thompson, of course, will be playing the mid. Tusk. No Tails supporting on the AA. At the moment, hanging around the bottom half of the map, we've got Seb on that off lane Magnus. Up by his side, MSS playing some Rubik.
30 seconds to battle.
I think the coolest story of OG is MSS. The fact that we get to see him in the Western European team. Been in NA for so long now, and he's been one of those players which is like so good, but yet to see like the results translate. And he's now joined, of course, casual OG, but I think if he can just shine in some of these Western European games, they do well Div 2, get Div 1. Like, I think MSS and
love this part.
Yeah, I'm just excited to see them play with G and kind of prove that they also can kind of beat the quality that the OG lads kind of expect.
No, absolutely. We're still very early days with this squad. They've just had the Open Qualifier run. I've got yesterday's game. They did get a free win, so this is their first match here in the closed qualifiers. OG.
They have
how ready they are to go.
They played like the least amount of games. Played 5 games to get here due to the amount of forfeits. Like teams to go against I can't really play right now, sorry. And the other teams, it's like they've had to play 8, 9+ games, play multiple qualifiers. I think for OG at least, if they're not scrimming, I think maybe they wanted that extra 1 or 2 games, maybe. Who knows? We'll see how if there's any rust coming into this first game against Team Blink.
Absolutely. I mean, looking at the lane setups, who's sort of top of the list in terms of who's going to have a pretty rough time in this laning stage?
So currently, who you're looking at right now, this Slark lane, you're playing against Magnus Rubik. You'd think Slark would be okay with the against melee offlaner, but because you have Shockwave spam with the Fade Bolt spam, it's really hard for this Slark to apply pressure. And he's more always farming backwards. It's what creeps are giving to him, rather than him running past the creeps and chasing down, kind of forcing a lot of. Seb and MSS are going to have a jolly old time, and you see how Seb, he's pulling back the creep wave, eating in front of the tower. The MSS will prevent the pull. This will probably be quite a difficult lane, but at least find kills.
So top lane already, both Anko and Weston getting harassed pretty hard by Notes out. Constant punches that he's able to throw out and threat of the blood right damage too.
But both the side lanes or old G, sorry, are just lane winners, right? Talking about hoodwink for it as well. Maybe they get to punish an overextension of no-tail, but...
All right here. And he's got the Fairy Fire. We'll be able to walk it off. Not quite enough damage this early level from Blink's 2 heroes to make that sort of play. Fires on mid. So far on the CS here, Topson and Baxaz. Topson 7 for 1, Baxaz on the 10 for 2. The early levels, Topson had to deal with the spam of the Revenants every time he stands up towards him. And bottom lane, Seb will get first blood. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen, for missing the kill. I am not the world's greatest observer. And I'll just blame T for not telling me to look at bottom lane. T, come on.
No, because we're actually doing the radio cast this time around, and we'll be telling the audio listeners only that it was a shockwave into skewer on the tower that killed a silencer. There we go. I will be better at this. Don't worry, I'm sorry.
No, it's alright. Warming up. We're not missing another kill here. Everything else is going to get caught.
Alright, I'm now going to make sure I'm looking at your camera, my camera, and anytime you're... Okay. The pressure suddenly. Just going to scream just top, mid or bot, alright?
Absolutely. So far, CS. Well, we've got 2 carries, 16 for 5 and no one. And down on the bottom, overkill, 12 for 1. See the other side, Seb.
Silencer. There we go.
There we go. SMN, is he going to be able to walk this one off? He's got the stick charges, but he cannot escape them. Seb manages to take him down. We'll see overkill. Trying to trade back at MSS, but he's got to be a little bit careful with this slug. Shockwave's going to drag him back. MSS just standing his ground. Will die, but Seb gets the cleanup. So Seb now 3 kills here, picked up by the off-lane Magnus.
Look at Seb's inventory. He started the lane with the Wraith Band, getting the 5 agi, caustic armor. It makes you quite beefy, and then he's looking to go for a second one as well. So just fully subscribing to the agi tankiness of the offlane. And we mentioned also right click heroes. Doesn't really help when that additional armor's in play. Him getting a double kill, MSS won't care at all. Topson there in the mid lane, kind of getting the rotation on.
And they got the pullback here with the vortex. Weston wasn't quite able to line up the roll, and in fact, well, with the help of the burst of MSS, they'll actually be able to take down back south. Sure, Topson dies, but I think he'll be, satisfied with the fact that he was able to bring down the storm with him.
I mean, so basically Topson tried to go for the shard play where he bumps himself to low ground, but because of the last word of silencer, he got silenced. So he kind of got forced to play on the high ground, and then he found the kill. So it was... He wasn't looking for the kill, he was looking for an escape, and then because of just the events that have unfolded, it was like, oh wait, let me just turn this around. Small things in Dota, they are the best. But, Baxaz was doing pretty good in mid lane, and unfortunately, that one little turnaround has kind of brought the lane back a little bit more.
Horizon top, Weston very much moving around the map here, trying to see where he can make some sort of a play. Try with the setup onto No-Tail. No-Tail and no one. And just turn over towards Anku. Hold back with the stun. We'll be able to stop no one from the focus down Hoodwink himself. But he can look towards Weston. Of course, Weston has got the roll ready, but no one. And you can see where the movement's be trying to get in position, so it's going to be maybe difficult for Weston to get the easy escape. Which has proven to be very hard for these two from Blink to really fight the Bloodseeker right now. They're still going to try it. Weston rolls in, get the kick back. But no one is going to be able to sort of just dance around the edge of the fight as No-Tail. And he just slowly beats down Weston. One more hit will do it. There's no one. He's going to be able to get round and finish up the kill. They will lose No-Tail here. But all in all, no one being able to get the cleanup. And staying in good position to keep farming in this lane. Continues to free farm. 32 and 14, top CS on the game right now.
Rune,
Invisibility.
Get it, but due to the AA death, 10 TP. I think interestingly, when you look at No-Tail's skill build, gone for the 0-2-1 build. Normally against like Bloodseeker and stuff, you see players go for cold feet, chilling touch, keeping them play.
Bit of an attempt onto Topson. He's got to dodge the initial roll with the snowball, but still after that, is there going to be any way to get out? Cannot do so. Tries to make a cute play there with the shards, potentially to push himself to safety, but not able to get up to the high ground. So Blink, 2 of them teaming up. I mean, Weston's been keeping a good eye on where he can make these moves. Coming over to the mid and slowing down Topson's game. That's going to be very, very important for him. Bottom lane, Seb. Both him and S-Man Cess will have to walk this off. Seb's fine, has got the headdress, and he's got a couple of tangos still good to go, so he can slowly regen back up down here. The laning situation, though, not too bad, honestly, for Overkill on the Slark, right? It's 30 last hits here. It's not like he's getting completely bullied out of this lane at all. He's still able to find some decent farm, and closing on the 6. Thompson does want to make a move before that Shadow Dance comes online, and will manage to get in underneath the tower, take down Overkill, skewer 4 from Seb. That rotation from Thompson, they'll be able to clean out the bottom lane, which is definitely needed there from OG, because things weren't going too bad for the Slark so far.
Cool play there was told Noto after making stacks in jungle, you take mid, he TP bottom. I think he got seen a little bit, or at least they kind of because Thompson had the ward available from what he's going to place on the river rune, he quickly uses our kill. So I expect this ward to get dewarded, but yeah, just nice speed of play from Thompson, just to put a little bit of pressure on Slark, who, we're just talking about, was having a pretty okay game.
Wax Ass, he's going to get aggressive in on the mid. No-Tail caught immediately there by the jump from Blink. Again, some fast moves around the mid lane from Blink. Thompson and MSS looking to strike back. They'll trap SMN in with the shards. There's the backup of Wesson. Curse out onto the 2 of them. That's going to be enough to allow Wesson to maybe chase down these heroes. Baxaz has enough mana to close the gap, in fact. Zips across, catches Thompson, now towards MSS. Blink, they're going to keep this going, as they'll look towards the Rubik. No-Tail TP's in, trying to help turn things around, but MSS will still die. So Blink able to continue to find these trades against OG in these early fights.
Blink, they're the ones bringing the numbers, making sure they're ready to start the fight, and then OG TPing in are able to can at least get some recovery kills. But I like the fact that Blink, even though the lanes didn't go so well due to just the strength from OG laning potential, they are just bringing the fight to kind of cover themselves a little bit, not allowing OG to win the lanes and set the early pace of the game. It's kind of commendable stuff right now. I think for Blink, at least, they need to, in the back of their minds, go, we haven't really shut down this Bloodseeker, and also we haven't really shut down the Magnus. We've been dealing with Tusk, just annoying them, but we're yet to really stop the main kind of winning concept of OG's lineup in their early game. Still, pretty okay start for the team.
For sure, and yeah, they are going to have to be very careful with how they choose to fight the Bloodseeker. Pretty much one of those textbook heroes that if you don't quite able to burst him in that initial jump, highly likely that the rest of his team's able to set up the fight in a way that Bloodseeker's going to be able to turn around and go back at you. We'll see over at the mid, Wesson finding the setup on Thompson. Thompson underneath the tower, by a bit of safety over the snowball, able to dodge the sharpshooter from the Hoodwink. Turns around with a punch. Seb and MSS heading over to help out, but Xards has enough mana to zip forward and take down Thompson. Is pretty much out of mana now, but he's got a lot of backup. Blink bringing in the numbers. Anku, Wesson, and SMN turning up to make sure the Baxas gets the double kill. And OG, they get nothing out of the move around mid. Wesson, in fact, he's not done. He spots Seb stepping down in the river, rolls forward, opens up with the silence. Seb has the shockwave, will opt to use the skewer to try and get away, but the stun from Anku does catch him. Thinking about chasing Seb here, but hasn't got anything else to throw out against the Magnus. So, a fight, Blink 9 to 10, only 1k gold down at the moment against OG. I mean, you said it, during the draft. This is a draft. This is a 5-man lineup in terms of the heroes that Blink's played before, and you feel it. They're playing this early game very nice in response to what OG's trying to bring at them.
Yeah, they're being super aggressive, utilizing the Storm and the Earth Spirit to kind of lock on that initial fight, and they got the Hood on Silencer behind just to help with the kind of the cheaper damage, kind of convert on the kills. But for OG at least, they started this fight with a double smoke of AA Rubik running into the bot jungle, whilst Thompson's playing quite aggressive on mid. But a little bit of kind of miscommunication where Thompson posturing in his Thompson positioning, the supports are about 5-10 seconds away. If OG kind of synced that up a little bit, maybe waited 3-4 seconds so both heroes are kind of in the same area at the same time, it could have probably been a bit better for OG. But the fact that Team Blink see that opportunity, punch it very quickly, is going to make a little bit of a discomfort towards. Once again, Magnus is able to get out, Bloodseeker continues to free. When you think about the carry, Bloodseeker v Slug, of course Slug is going to have issues throughout the entire game. If he ever goes low HP, Bloodseeker counters him. Otherwise, should be fair. And also, for Blink as well, Slug can't get ruptured. That's why I think Earth Spirit, Storm Spirit are really annoying for OG, at least in later portions of it. Because even though they aren't going to get ruptured, they're going to be jumping the Earth Spirit, annoying him, forcing him to which allows him to be in a bad position, slot kind of better entry. Yeah, again, both of these lineups, a lot of skirmishing, a lot of fighting, a little bit of a lead to OG, but that's only because of how well their lanes.
See here, Blink trying to make that move towards this area. They know that no one has had a lot of space down here. The two of them smoked up, Wesson and Baxaz, but OG, they've got the numbers. We'll see if they're able to take this fight. Blink, Baxaz goes straight in, looks towards No-Tail. Global Silence online and ready to go. Popped immediately to enable Baxaz to go in and be fully covered here, as he's able to safely take down both of OG's supports. No one has stepping forward, but Blink, they're still maybe happy to take this fight. Seb will drop the RP onto the two of them, but no one goes down. Seb trying to stand his ground to at least trade it with the Storm, and will manage to find that in returns. Thompson also committing in to make sure that OG can find a second kill out of this. But overall, it's 4 kills for Blink. OG at a point now where it's actually them that's struggling to necessarily deal with the fight that Blink's bringing towards OG.
Yeah, this was perfect. Blink needed that opportunity to hit off the buzz for Magnus, who are the untouched heroes of the game so far.
Regeneration!
Baxaz, he's just had a stellar game so far. Yeah, when you think about Stormtrooper, there aren't any cheap stuns to really lock him down. So he sees a Rubik or an AA, he's going to jump in. Covered by the global, absolutely perfect. Like that entire fight was set up just for Silencer, locating both supports, throwing down a quick arcane curse on both of them, and then allowing Stormtrooper and Earth to jump in. So you can see the OG kind of playstyle, which was, even though they're dead, spells are used, let's try and get something from it. Blink was still in the position to punish him to play him, I think. The fact that Storm Spirit on this like 1/3 mana, just hit behind that tree, look for that additional play. Yeah, I think Blink, they're coming into this series with confidence, and that's the key thing. It's fun to see them going toe for toe in these early fights.
See OG was the bottom lane, the three of them. Blink, definitely the way the last few fights are going. I can't imagine they'll let this tier 1 go down for free. There's definitely a chance they'll respond to this, especially with Global Silence being back up in 15 seconds.
Key difference in the team now is OG is itemizing for how Blink is winning these fights right now. They're going straight BKB on Tusk, straight BKB on Bloodseeker, Breeze on the Magnus. Global will do nothing. Zip up mid.
Global's going to be there. Thompson, of course, still able to close in on the gap with the snowball, but now the counterplay comes in. Wesson turns in with the silence. They have the control as well from Baxaz. They'll take Thompson down. Baxaz has just enough mana to zip up to the high ground, but will still end up going down there. SS and No-Tail that was thrown out upon him. So trade there between the mids. Both mids going down. OG, of course, at least able to force out the Global Silence, so maybe a bit of a window for OG to look for something else now.
Potentially, I think as soon as Tusk is back up, they're going to keep poking. But because you don't have a Blink Dagger Magnus, it's not as easy to make those quick plays. Like when you kill a Storm, you smoke and stuff, but because it's so early in the game, Storm's already going to be alive, and with no tier 1 towers taken, it's very easy for him to fight him. I wouldn't be surprised if OG, they do these continued smokes, which is like, poke your head for a cheap kill, quick reset, because they're not looking to win a fight or win the game right now. They're looking to make that kind of that game-breaking play in kind of 5-6 minutes time. When the Greaves, the double BKB is online, Glimmer Cape on the Rubik, like they're fully itemizing for that one big fight to break the game. I'd say by minute 20. By minute 20, OG are going to have a fight where they should, on paper, with their items, be much stronger than or SMN just gets trapped up.
TP's coming in. They won't be able to back SMN up. In fact, SMN's still alive. Thompson wasn't able to finish him off. The TP's come in, Blink. Not a team to let a man go down on his own there. They're there with the backup, and they make sure that SMN, he's walking out alive with that one, too.
I mean, when you're playing mid-Tusk, right, if you commit with a snowball, you've committed. You can't back out, and Thompson, aggressive player, he's kind of feeling the repercussions of his aggression. A couple of times now, he's kind of snowballed into absolute doom in this despair.
It's going to be the tier 1 going down. That kill that Blink's able to take against Thompson. They take the tower. Top lane as well. They're also looking for action up here. Seb has to drop the RP, but some sort of safety will be able to land the combo nicely there with a follow-up from No-Tail. So Blink will be punished for that move up top. Seb and No-Tail able to turn that one around and keep no one safe.
And Seb returning with a tip, you know? We haven't seen many tips. It's more been Team Blink tipping each other and stuff. Wait for the tip.
I mean, there it is. Just able to come in and take him down. SMN will get finished off by no one. But a nice little snipe there from Anku. Indeed, immediately going in and taking him down.
Sorry, but you're casting the game. I'm casting the tips here. I'm just...
you got to keep your eyes on the tip game.
Mate, as soon as Seb tipped, I was like, hold up. If he dies here, Weston's returning. And as soon as he dies, like, wait, bam, there we go. So right now, keep an eye. Earth Spirit versus Magnus. The little battle between the two.
Oh, hang on.
Why is Seb obsessed, you
he got the kill.
Idiot.
I went away because I was like, there's no way he's going to find something with this. But he was going around with the ball lightning behind the tier 2s. And he's actually able to find Baxaz walking home.
Yeah, he went on the longest journey possible. Like he went all the way down through bot jungle, behind the tier 2, tier 3 mid. And they're bloody playmate. I said at the very start, I wanted to see MSS pop off, and they're the small plays.
That's the kind of moves, yeah. You don't expect them. I didn't, and Baxaz certainly didn't as well. He was like, well, I'm going to be fine here walking back, but no, MSS making moves with the ball lightning across the map to turn that ball lightning against the storm.
And now, I mentioned this timing of OG. BKB, 200 gold away for Tusk. Seb, that was it. Yeah. 200 gold away from Greaves. Bloodseeker already a BKB. Like, they are about to be so strong after a very chaotic early game.
Well, SMN, he's not getting any up this time. There's nothing to do to help him there. OG get the quick kill. We'll see over in the mid. There's the rupture setup from no one. Make sure that Weston has no chance of running from them. And now the tips are back on the menu here from Seb. Throwing them out of the way as Weston gets taken down. We'll see them eyeing up more. Thompson straight underneath the tier 2. There's the shot down to Anco's with punch up. Double kill for Thompson. Maybe more. Baxaz is kind of fighting on his own, and he's a little low on the mana. Thompson, he's still got the moves, but this hate stream is still going. He can stay on top of the storm. They'll take out a 4. And indeed, No-Tail joining in on the tipping game after a fight like that. As 4 heroes taken away from Blink, OG lose nothing. That's the kind of aggression that OG want to be getting away with.
And that's kind of the game-breaking play I expected. They actually did it a little bit quicker. Without the BKB and the Greaves, they still went for it because it was a perfect opportunity. Earth Spirit all by himself and finding the players. And now with tag team into Roshan with the Greaves, double BKB. If you look at Team Blink and the items they have...
I mean, can Blink stop this?
I mean, they can poke them, but when they see the items that OG have, they're going to be a little bit afraid.
Well, we'll get a bit of damage onto Seb there with a sharpshooter. It's buying time for the majority of them to set up. Still some time, the Baxaz is out. He's going to be back in a second. Weston keeping his distance. Thompson's actually going to be following up with the snowball up to the high ground here. So pretty deep. Thompson, on the HP, has got the BKB. He gets healed up by the Greaves from Seb. And now the global silence comes out. Thompson turns over towards SMN. Will be able to deal with the silence over the side. No one's in with the BKB. Takes out Overkill. Baxaz will zip away. Incredibly on the HP. Anku able to trap the two of them. We'll see a snipe attempted here with the ultimate. And oh, it's going to be on target, but it shouldn't be enough damage. I believe Baxaz will be more than fine here. So he's going to live, but at the least we'll keep him held in the fountain. So OG, they're able to step away from the Roshan, get themselves a couple of kills, and then straight back to business. This Roshan should be theirs.
Okay, let's just run away.
I mean, Blink's still trying to put a stop to this, but it's already been done. No one finishes off the Rosh, gets the Aegis. Seth will get taken out. If they can deal with the Aegis on this Bloodseeker, maybe they can take it down the once. Not quite. Glimmer up, throwing the way of no one, keeping him safe here from this damage that Weston's trying to keep on top of him. So a few creeps around, which will be very handy there for no one to heal up a little bit and protect this Aegis. He's just picked up another Glimmer used to allow him to separate himself from Baxaz. As OG, very miraculously, they're able to actually keep that Aegis completely fine here on no one. So whilst they do lose Thompson and Seb, they will be able to reset and still have plenty of time this next upcoming 4 minutes to make a move with no one having the Aegis.
Nice utility from NSS, right? Just constant Glimmer capes, always being in the position to help out. And yeah, again, I feel like for Blink, they're showing that they're able to constantly take cheap fights, but when you compare both teams, OG, after a cheap fight, you know they're kind of planning something ahead, right? And for Blink, they're playing in the moment, which is great. It's allowing them to go toe for toe, but you're not really seeing that kind of what's next opportunity. It's always, let's wait and see what fight occurs. And I think that's how this 5k lead's being built, OG. If you're Team Blink, I kind of like where they're going with, at least with the go for the shard, get that depth shroud online. go for the cheap fights. When you go against like RP and stuff, you throw that depth crowd and whoever gets RP'd, you're gonna save them very quickly. Go for the turnaround fight, but Team Blink still not really buying any items to be incredibly tanky right now. It's just going for the damage, finding the opportunity to go for the kills, and if they can kite out the BKBs, kite out the Greaves, then they can go toe for toe. But if they don't, then still could be quite difficult.
Under attack.
OG for sure are setting the pace right now.
Obviously built by Seb, yeah, just continue to build out those auras, the Greaves into the pipe. Andrew's nearly got his item. Only got that completed grind net. See if they want to respond to this. OG now able to take the top tier 1 tower. Still moving forward here with it. Minutes or so on the Aegis. Having his Gleipnir now complete.
Going for an additional bit of lockdown because if you look at Seb's going for the Greaves and then into a pipe. Kind of going for Gleipnir to cover the CC mag's not providing because he doesn't have blink. Plus he can also covering a little.
Remember the TPs. Blink towards Thompson. He's going to try with the TP out, and he is away. Literally just before that last right click was going to come in. Couldn't have been any closer. Thompson will live. See them pop the global to give them a chance to pick off the supports. They do get no tail, and they will get MSS. So quick move there around the global silence to take down 2 members of OG, maybe even more. If they look towards no one, and without the support backup, no one might be in trouble 2 times back-to-back is. As the Aegis gone, they'll line up for a second attempt on him, and of course with the BKB already used early in the fight, there's no escape. An excellent punch back there from Blink, immediately deciding to make that play as soon as they are aware that OG had sort of relaxed a little bit and backed up as a team from committing for the tier 2 tower. They get caught split up, and it hurts big time. 3 dead, maybe more, so already underneath the tier 2. Oh, Overkill and Weston looking towards 7 Thompson. Of course, these two, the tankier of the members of OG, so not quite so easy to go for. They're still going to try it. Dragged back to the Vortex, poundful from Overkill. They've been able to take down Thompson, and Sep, he stands no chance on his own. As Blink, they strike back hard. They're going to be straight down the mid and pretty much taking the tier 2 away from OG, which pretty much occurs like a minute after, where I think they pretty much assumed that they were going to be the team taking down the first tier 2 this game. That's not the case. Blink strike back.
Yeah, this was the first opportunity, right? There's no BKBs on OG because they're either using it to run away from the global, or Thompson already used the scout, so Thompson's not even there. And that's the strength of Silencer plus Stormset, right? You global, Storm just zips in. Hey, Rubik, they can't do anything against this. Sure, maybe a Glimmer Cape or a 4-staff if they're quick on the finger, but if they're jumped, they're gonna die, especially with Earthquake. Blink, they've been struggling so hard in these fights because OGs have been kind of setting the pace. But when they see an opportunity, especially when Thompson just left the fight to tier 2, yeah, the perfect time for Blink to literally go 1 by 1 by 1 by 1. That wasn't a team fight. That was just a brutal chase down on OG, just after just very aggressive positioning. And yeah, I love the fact that Blink, they get 1 kill, they keep going. Like, again, I want to see them try and connect it into something bigger, because right now all their fights, all their killing, kind of not really ending anymore. I want to see that tenacity again from them. That was a 5k lead from OG, completely lost. 1 misplay, and now they're smoking up. It's like, guys, we're strong. Why are we sitting back? Let's go for the kill. This could be a moment where Blink, if they turn it around once again, then maybe they start to grow a lead themselves.
Oh, well, leading the way, looking to open up here with the Gleipnir. Drop chip on who we can find.
Oh, they're chasing the Hoodwink! Run!
Who should be safely out of harm's way here. They definitely seem to be aware that this move's coming towards them. Andrew does get caught, but Blink will let him die. In fact, Seb can drop him down the RP for that pesky Hoodwink.
Alright, to be fair, if you look at the mini-map, there are 3 dire wards in the perfect position of where Hoodwink ran down from mid all the way to bot lane. So it's like he was fully envisioned the entire time. And Blink, they actually went to the group of us 5 and do a wraparound smoke themselves. But
he's considering going in on them. He knows that OG have sort of relaxed a little bit once again and split up. As they'll get the kill. Baxaz, indeed, as soon as he picks that up, he's not messing around. Picks up No-Tail's gem, goes for the zip TP. See if Weston's going to be able to TP out as well. Oh my goodness. We're getting some close TPs this game. That stolen sharpshooter from MSS nearly able to take him down, but not quite. He's out in time with the TP. And again, just another smart move there from Blink as a team, deciding to go back in with just the two of them, realizing they can get that kill on No Tail. They can pick up his gem, and they can get out of there.
The plays from Blink right now, like your hoodwink dies, but you linger in the area, you get vision of the gem, instantly get it and run away. Like they're just every play OG's trying to make to apply pressure, Blink is just able to at least find an opportunity to turn it around. So like the gem is such a key factor.
Mid setup. Will show himself. They'll try and let's go for the play. MSS looks to help out with the game case thrown down onto Seb. Chance for them to turn with no one. Chasing down Wesson. The stolen sharpshooter hitting onto backside. The follow-up glide near keeps the storm locked down. OG able to get things going back their way once more again here with the double kill for no one. We'll see an attempted escape from Anku, but indeed Thompson traps him out there. No chance of escape. OG find the three of them, of the creeps moving in on the mid. Be their chance to take down a tier 2 themselves.
Gem recovered. So after all the hype of Blink finding these small little moments, OG just kind of group up and go, let's fight together, guys. Let's just crush them together.
Over to the side. So the two members alive of Blink, Azaman and Overkill, staying out on the map. Underneath the tower, they'll happily go. Look at an ambitious TP attempt there from SMN. Gets abruptly shut down by the snowball from Thompson. As OG, the fourth kill off the back of the team fight, continue to get the lead back in their hands here. 3K lead at the moment now for OG.
This fight is the perfect example of how OG wants to take fights. If this Magnus getting initiated on with a Greaves, with a Pipe, he's even going Halberd after this. Like, he wants to just be the center of attention and then allow all the other heroes around him to kind of, at least AA to hide in the tree, not get jumped by Storm, and then take the fight from there. And that's exactly what happened in engagement. OG positioned nicely that Magnus was the one that was jumped. Link got a little bit kind of sighted to initiate, but we're at the point of the game now with these lineups. It's just non-stop fight. Like, there's no reason either team needs to back down right now. OG go from 5K lead to no lead to 5K lead. Like, at any minute this game can just accelerate to a 10, 20K lead for one team, depending on who gets the perfect jump. And, yeah, OG kind of in the driving seat right now.
Comes the timing still. So just the 1 minute until Roshan is back up, so OG may just look to hold this position on the map to make sure that they can set up for that next objective. I think they are going to want to do something about this. At the same time, Bagsarski close to his BKB. Thompson rather far from the rest of his team. We'll see if OG can get over in time to help him. They can't. Thompson caught a little too far from the rest of his teammates. Blink, they may be able to go for more. I mean, obviously the BKB potential from no one does mean that they're very cautious about how they approach the Bloodseeker. I mean, at the least, they'll be very happy with just getting a free kill on Thompson like that.
That is some aggressive position. Like, I'm looking at the minimap, I'm like, isn't Thompson just a little bit too far away from his team? Like, sure, he has BKB, and that'll allow his team to get there, but if he ever gets hit by a quick Vortex or an Earth Spirit roll without pressing BKB, he's gonna die. And that's exactly what happened. Thompson, of course, it's in his playstyle. It's how he annoys and breaks teams. But you know, Blink have done a very good job at least reading Thompson's aggression and going, wait a second, this is a bit too cheeky for our liking. I think the cool thing as well with Thompson's playstyle, at least, is itemization. He didn't go for the Orbital Corrosion. He didn't rush Blink Dagger, he went for the BKB, he then goes Deso. Like, just aggressive posturing allows him not to always go for Blink this early, and also he doesn't waste economy on items that he doesn't need. So, yeah, I like the fact that he's going for like the standard task, which is buy Corrosion, buy Blink, buy BKB, then look for items after. It's refreshing to see play the same heroes, but slightly different.
Roshan's back up. Next team fight could result in the winning team grabbing that Aegis. Everyone ready to go here. All ultimates online and available. Sides. be making up first. Steady back start. Immediately gets caught up by the telekinesis. Global Silence will be able to keep him covered, but still with the punch-up, they have a bit of disable through that BKB at Bucharest. Not enough, though. Able to zip away and keep his distance. And we'll opt for the TP back to base. Make sure he can refuel that mana as quickly as possible. OG, going to try and do something potentially whilst the Storm is refueling. Won't be able to catch anyone from Team Blink, because Team Blink, they'll back off, wait until Backside is ready to rejoin them. OG, they're going to try and force the Roshan during this time. No one in Topson immediately move into the pit. See if Blink are able to time some sort of initiation to get in and put a stop to this, because it's going down fast. Zeb trying to keep the area between the cover. BKB's committed there. Able to get the snatch! Overkill, able to find the perfect time to jump in. As OG, they get the kill on Roche, but Slark, he's got the Aegis. Zeb, strewn away to safety. You see no one turn back over towards Wesson. OG will just get the one kill against Wesson, but overall, overkill. He's the man to walk away with the Aegis team.
Woo! Thank you. The fact that Blink, they didn't have global, they needed to just play on, you know, positioning there, trying to get in. Of course, they got Earth Spirit, Storm Spirit, Slut. They got probably 3 of the best heroes to go for a snipe. And as soon as they had that inkling it was going low, Avengers assembled everyone in the pit. Right, there's ability to surely get SMN after, but mad respect for Blink to get the Aegis. I think if you're OG though, these are the type of moments where it's like, just keep going. That's been the theme of the game for OG. Even when they lose a fight, just keep going. We have items, keep going. Seb just picked up Halberd, keep fighting. But even when they're getting, like, at least outplayed in these smaller moments, in regards to, say, the Aegis snipe and stuff, like, they're not going, wait a second, wait out Aegis now. It's like, no, we misplayed, we gave him Aegis, let's go for another tower, let's go for another fight. We'll beat them in the next fight. The confidence that you kind of obviously expect from these players. And Blink, they have done an incredible job, even though the net worth doesn't reflect it. They've done an incredible job at least going toe for toe in the skirmishes, constantly just looking at the fight and kind of being on the same level.
Yeah, G. They're chased out of Blink's jungle here. There's a zip force from Buxars. He's able to close in on No Tail. Wesson trying to control MSS, sets up for Buxars to zip over and get the line there to clean up both supports from OG. One thing that Blink are very much good at, as we're seeing time and time again in this fight, is in this match, anytime they know OG split up, they're immediately going for these sort of plays. They take every opportunity that gets presented to them.
I think if you look at Slark real quick, his pivot after his puzzle against Bloodseeker, he's going for the Sanjin Yasha. You don't often expect this to be like a 4th item pickup, but against the Bloodseeker, being that status resistance, get rid of Rupture a little bit quicker, get off the Sanjin a little bit quicker. It will allow him just to exist within the fight. Yeah, just Blink. They've overcome the mid-game hurdle of OG, which was that big double BKB, Greaves timing, the Roshan advantage, and now put themselves in a top position.
I'll get the combo locked down onto Topson, but the BKB's out in time. Global will be popped. Topson's able to chase Wesson up to the high ground, get the kill, but now with the BKB coming from them, there's an opening for Backstab to zip in, grab him with the vortex. Teresha commits with the Shadow Dance, and now he's going to turn over towards Seb. Silence will cause him to have to hold his ground for now. Slark won't be able to continue to chase right at this moment in time. A good kick from Weston there, getting SMN up to the safety of the high ground. No one will manage to commit him with the BKB and continue to chase him out to the high ground. Looks over towards Weston as well. Will manage to get back clean up on both supports. Back in the river, Aegis has been taken out of the hands of Overkill. OG won't be set up to take a second life from him though. Still, very much seeing the power of the Bloodseeker. No one 14, 2, and 3. You can see in the network difference as well. Of course, this whole game pretty much has had that top spot. And we're very much seeing, in these team fights, whilst Blink, they can pretty much kill anyone else on OG, dealing with the Bloodseeker is getting very, very tough for them. Yeah,
it's the idea that Blink win fights after BKBs are used, and when they have ability to throw numbers into a hero. And that type of fight there, I believe that they had the confidence of, guys, we've been winning some of these fights. Let's try and make a play out themselves. They're jumping on a tough BKBs. Then they follow up after BKB ends. And in that position, OG, they have high ground advantage on their side of the river. They're still posturing nicely to take the fight. So, yeah, I think for Blink at least, it goes back to my previous point about they're really good at winning secondary fights, but they're struggling a little bit with that instant burst heroes. still a very delicate game, very in the balance.
For enemies.
You just have to respect the tankiness for OG. If they ever miss execute or don't perfectly CC a hero down, that's when OG will just thrive. Especially you mentioned the Bloodseeker. Like, yeah, he's 14, was it 2 of the 3? A stellar game so far from no one.
Now you've got that, you know, threat of Seb with the Blink Dagger. He's managed to get all those other items that he wants out first as an off-laner, but now that, you know, that Blink, whenever it comes out from the Magnus, it really is that extra threat that someone's going to get caught by. Seb, highly likely to be able to make the jump, make that sort of counter play as well, unless, you know, SMN can keep it perfectly played with the global silence, because even with that, there's ways for Seb to remove that from himself. See underneath the tower, no one. Popping the BKB, Anki tries for the TP out. They've got pretty aggressive here, OG. And well, Blink will rise to the occasion to try and fight back at them. They've lost Wesson. Backside with his own BKB will have to walk this one off. Thompson underneath the tower tried to go in deep to take out SMN. Popped the BKB in an attempt to run away, but the physical damage will be enough to take him out. Blink, as a whole, once again, punishing OG there for the aggression. Losing Wesson, and in return able to take Thompson out.
But it's so chaotic, and I think for Thompson, he's always going in. And he's got one direction, to be ancient. And then when Slark's cutting into the backline, it is causing a little bit of disconnect with OG, where Thompson's off by himself going for the big play. Seb was nicely positioned trying to help Notel. Yeah, just the chaotic nature of Blink's fights. When they're in like the area that they want to play in, they don't overcommit. If they poke and keep chipping in fights, they thrive. They really annoy OG. I think Blink's learning a lot about even anytime they've committed on the hero by fully going in, using all resources to get to a position, that's when they're losing. But when they like throw a spell out, disengage, throw a spell out, disengage, that's when OG suddenly Thompson's a little bit too deep, or Notel's getting saved by Seven. So I think Blink, they are kind of adapting as the game goes. For OG, they're probably not too concerned. Like, and if you think about their team comms, it's like, guys, we still have Blink RP. We just need to find that one entry to a fight together as a cohesive unit, and then we'll be fine. So I think both teams honestly are going to be pretty happy right now. There's no one team like completely in a bad position. Like, oh.
No, it's a close game.
It is. The amount of D wards coming out from Blink, of course, with the Slark, getting to see when he's the Shadow Dance isn't available. It's really helping Blink just have a little bit more entry into some of these fights.
As we saw just being picked up as well. Baxers for the next fight. He's got that Hex completed, so very, very nicely farmed Storm. And already we've seen with the sort of target prioritization from him, he's been smashing it in his team fights. 15, 6, and 9 this game on the mid Storm. A hero that, you know, not a lot of people are playing right now in competitive, but Baxers making it look very, very good. Top lane, see them try and keep Overkill completely locked down. We'll have the RP time nicely to make sure there is no escape for Overkill from playing pretty deep down the top lane. Obviously felt a bit safer as a Slark than maybe he should have there, as clearly OG, they did have the AoE control to make sure that he doesn't get away with being on that part of the map.
I think when you think about Magnus versus Slark, as soon as you have Blink with the skewer, Slark throws down his shard, his depth shroud. You're always going to be able to skewer whoever's inside the shroud away from it to find the kill. Yeah, Magnus 1v1 does pretty well against Slark.
He packs that in the mid. I mean, he's going to be fine. Or well, as I said, they're going to try and chase him. He's still got a decent amount of mana left. And indeed, will zip to a very safe distance for being able to TP out. Yeah, we saw. Yeah, he was. Yeah, not often that you sort of see the Storm going for that mid tower damage at the tier 3. Nearly gets caught out as well because no one from the high ground was able to just come in and get him with that first hit bash. The active of the Abyssal.
To be fair, it's like after that play, if you just look at the minimap and how OG played it, they had, I think it was like Magnus and Tusk top mid, instantly behind the tier 2s, tier 3 area, skipping the waves. So Storm Spirit on the map, like he sees 2 big cores just by the towers at his own base. So it's like going there is a fair play. It's just you get hit by a bash and something that's different. I feel like the net worth in this game extremely fake. Like, there's never really been a lead, even though OG has been like 5k 2k this entire time. It's like it just feels like a dead even game. Way easier for OG to like execute in fights, if that makes sense, because they're the ones that can 100 to 0 a hero. Look at it, Hoodwink. If you compare like the offlaners, right, between Hoodwink and a Magnus, Hoodwink, Gleipnir, Octarine Core, Blink Dagger, it's all about like getting in and out, poking, killing, just executing a hero. On the other hand, Seb, he's like the big beefy ball. You know, he walks into the middle, he enables the rest of his team. It's fun when you compare like the same role and what they're trying to provide, because it's like, who is the Seb on Blink?
It's kind of like it's Wesson, right?
Kinda, yeah. Like
he's the one that's rolling in, and obviously he has, you know, he's nowhere near as tanky as a Magnus with the items that Seb has. But I mean, it's kind of been him and Baxaz, right? They go in. Yeah. You know, these fights, these two, they're not afraid to zip forward, roll in. Very much trusting in, you know, and rightfully so, because, you know, SMN, each time they've gone for those plays, Global always has been there just to be able to sort of trip OG up and slow down OG's response to these, you know, not necessarily the most tanky heroes that Blink's throwing into the front of the fight.
Fun when you see that type of playstyle. It's like, we're not going to be defensive, just all out offense. And if we lose the game, it's because we haven't been able to execute in our offensive nature. And like that type of mentality, we don't really have a plan B of defense. It's like, you don't see it often in drafts. Most kind of captain drafters always have some level of it. Like, OG, they've got Tusk for some type of save, Rubik for save, Magnus in the high ground defense. Like, they have many layers of offense and defense. Blink is like, boys, we go in, we find kills, we get out, you know? It's been a great game so far. I'm happy that it hasn't been like a one-sided game that I think most people watching, they'll always look at OG and go, yeah, it's the EU closed qualifiers. Of course they'll win, you know? It's really cool to see that they are having to go toe-to-toe.
Baxaz, going to go over the quick kill to start things off, goes straight away over the wall to Rubik. MSS gets taken out, but the BKB out for no one in time, turns, takes out Baxaz in return. Give the 1-for-1 over to the river here, Wesson. He's going to use that axe to turn Seb to stone, kick him a nice safe distance away from himself. Maybe over the mid, Thompson going to have to chase down on Anku. And with the overwhelming Blink, jumps in, has the punch up. Anku able to turn, gets the stun off actually, laying down the tree. But still not going to be safe enough for Overkill to commit. He has to get over the high ground. Seb knows where to find him. If he's able to get back to the base, Seb really wants to try and finish him off. The buyback's going to come out, in fact, from Baxaz. Wants to punish this dive from Seb. Comes straight back into the action with the buyback. Will punish Seb for trying to chase in and get that kill. And he's in fact going to go for more. Baxaz, he's out straight away over towards Thompson. Enough mana to pick up another. And now another one on top of that as well. Gets no tail. Baxaz with an incredibly high-value buyback.
That's an insane buyback, and the aggression from OG, great to watch, but Blink instantly punishing it. Rokan's alive.
It's up, so Baxaz, he'll be able to head over and make sure that he's got this ready for the next fight. Seb knows he doesn't want to let them have this. He comes in with the buyback, same to be Seb for no-tail. They don't want Blink to get this Aegis.
It should be enough to defend it. No-tail has ultimate available. He didn't instantly throw it out, that some AA players would have done. Holds it back a little bit, but the fact that OG finally some great kickoff, a little bit excited. When, in fairness, Slark had Rupture on him. If Seb connected on one of the spells,
he was so close.
There, it would have been like, he's dead. Does he even have buyback on Slark? He does have buyback, but probably would have forced it.
Look at them go. They just go straight into the jungle of OG. They look at him towards Seb. They've got him with the setup. He's tanky, but is he tanky enough to survive through us all? Another jump forward from Overkill. They'll continue to stay on top of Seb. He tends to steer himself to safety, but ends up bringing Overkill with him. Turns with the disarm, but there's another Dark Pact, another pounce. Overkill in on top of Seb once more. And Seb's going to live. He's going to live. And in fact, with the Rupture, they're able to lay down onto Overkill. It's a bit of revenge there. You know, Seb may have died earlier diving for an attempt to kill on Overkill, but this time it's Overkill going down. Of course, at the same time whilst that dive was happening, Baxaz also dies inside the jungle of old G. So, I don't think you can solo the ropes there, my friend. He was just like, guys, what are you doing? Why are you diving the base? We want to do ropes. You don't want to help me? I'm going to do it on my own. Of course, he couldn't.
No, I mean,
he's dead.
Luckily, What the?
You know, so that's just, you know, it happens to supports, isn't it? Your cores are diving and you're like, well, just screw me, I suppose. I'm just gonna do me. Hit this Roshan.
He has the Veil, Paragon Pike. He's basically a core at this point, you know? He's a big lad, but my God. Yeah, Blink just putting a bit of OG playstyle in their own playbook and going so aggressive, but yeah, with Dev, how tanky it was, kiting them back to the tier 4s. I just love this game. It's like, this is what you want to see from a Dota game. Scrappiness, fighting, left and right, both teams being at it. And at this point, no buyback on the Storm Spirit. Tier 2's available.
Thompson. He's in. Oh, nice save though, Wesson.
Oh, no.
It still died.
The damage.
Oh, it does. Interesting interaction, that. So what? Even though you won't take the damage once you're in stone form, as soon as you come out of it, if you're still ruptured, you will take the damage that you went through. Yeah. Nice try to save him. Nice try.
In the hood where you can look at Dev summary, that's exactly how it shows. Like he's as enchant remnant, and then after it's like 600 damage.
Those fun don't work. Oh, it does.
There we go. See there? See how he's stunned? And then after, there's one big sum of pure damage at the end.
poor old Hoodwink. Didn't stand a chance. Axaz was back in play. Hoodwink, you know, Ankry does have buyback. See how much OG's able to take. Ooh, quick jump action with the Abyssal Blade. No one. So everyone's overkill. That'll be the buyback from Ankry. Try and tackle. Bloodseeker back, Sazzy zipped out onto low ground. The global silence trying to keep him covered. The silence continues to lock him down, but not enough. He's out to the high ground. He's away. No one living on minimal HP here. Of course, does have that Aegis still good to go. See the Ice Blast thrown over towards the fountain. Didn't quite catch any of Blink, so Blink will be okay to reset. Overkill TP's back to the base. Hanky tries to get the catch onto Seb. Seb able to dodge that initial stun of the Stormcraft. Still though, as he comes down, the Vortex is in. OG, they're diving pretty deep there. Right up towards the fountain. They've taken out back Saz. That's the Storm Death for 99. They're getting into the fountain. Buyback is available for Overkill though. And with the glide near set up from Ankry, they're holding OG close towards the fountain. Jump over the pounce. Bring no one low, but the cheese, it's there. No one back up to a decent amount of HP. Skewer from Seb dragging Overkill over towards no one and no tail, but the pounce is back up. Overkill able to spread to the side, keep his distance, but not far enough. No one still in on top of him. Oh, kill for Owen. He's looking for the rampage. He's not going to get it. No tail's going to be able to take it in return. There's only one buyback available. It's from SMN. As we'll see, there's still chance for no one to get himself that rampage. In he goes. Give the man a rampage, Seb. Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Come on. Well, there we go, though. GG is called. As OG will be able to take this game 1 against Blink. But a good game, though. See, so some fun stuff happening. A little bit of back and forth. Yeah, Blink, they gave it a pretty good shot. Looking forward to see what they can do in game 2. But overall, OG, you know, when it comes to the chaos, there's only one set of lads that are going to prevail in that sort of environment.